Welcome to week 6. This is Dr. Kunka. Curriculum implementation. Incrementalism. The thing to remember is to start small. Plan a mini unit or module that consists of 2 to 3 lessons, then move on to planning a larger unit in increments. A week-long one, a month, and then eventually a year. Communication. Be sure to communicate with fellow instructors, curriculum specialists, and what I had in my district when I was teacher, an associate superintendent of curriculum. Ask for assistance when you need it. Asking for assistance is not a sign of weakness. It demonstrates that you strive to be the best. Support. Request the necessary resources, such as any type of material that you'll need. Ask a curricular specialist to assist with the planning and implementation. You could also ask them to co-teach the unit or module with you. Ask your principal or assistant principal to observe and provide constructive feedback. If administrators see the exciting lessons that you are teaching, they will be more willing to support your efforts with professional development and resources. Implementation as a change process. There are many types of change. Some people change for change's sake. If you're going to advocate for a curriculum change or a different type of curriculum to be implemented, be sure it's necessary. And do it in a positive way. Try and tie it to academic content standards or Common Core standards or increased student achievement. Many are resistant to change. You'll hear the following response: we've always done it this way. Try and convince those people of the benefits of this new curriculum, how it will help students, how it will help the school as a whole and the community. Stages of change. In order to change, in order to have others change with you, you have to create a sense of urgency. Maybe the current curriculum you're using is out of compliance with academic content standards or Common Core standards. Maybe it's not meeting the needs of the students. Maybe the community is calling for a new curriculum. Enlist those who agree with you to bring the other non-believers on board. Share your successes to create excitement and buy-in, and offer to help other teachers or other stakeholders in the change process with the implementation of a new curriculum. School leaders should set aside time to help their teachers do 3 things. 1. Fully understand the standards in a curriculum unit or module. In math, this means determining the focus standards for a unit, conducting a close read of those standards side by side with sample questions, and describing how the standards of focus connect to previously taught concepts or skills. As a check on this goal, teachers should be able to summarize in their own words what each major standard in a unit requires of students. 2. Take the end of unit test and tag the questions to standards. In order to understand the end goal for students, teachers answer and show their work for each question. Then they identify which standards the question is assessing. It's a straightforward but critical exercise to build teachers' muscle memory so that they identify and link standards with how they're assessed. This isn't about teaching to the test. It's about using assessments as a tool to understand standards more deeply. As they say, if you aren't clear about where you're going, you'll probably end up someplace else. 3. Practice, internalize, and adapt daily lessons. Teachers complete the problem they want students to master by the end of the class. otherwise known as the exit ticket. Then identify the most important skill or concept in the lesson and the primary way the lesson's activities or strategies build that understanding. Holding that in mind, teachers anticipate student challenges and determine what needs to be cut or changed. Finally, teachers practice the lesson in collaborative planning time with their colleagues. Here are the first 3 players to curriculum implementation. There are more to follow on the next page. Parents are a key player in the implementation of a curriculum. It's often said that the education of a child is a partnership between teachers and parents being their child's first teacher. So you have to have parental buy-in for your curriculum to be successful. I'd like you to consider the 2 questions as we end this PowerPoint presentation. How would you argue for capacity building to facilitate curriculum implementation? And 2, how would you convince others of the benefits in using students and community members in curriculum implementation? Well, that's all for now. I'll see you next week.